Hello, my dear bachos, and a very warm welcome back. I am so happy to see you all. Today, we're going to solve a super interesting mystery about footprints that just appear from thin air.
I know, your exams are coming and the tension must be building. But bilkul tension nahi lene ka. No tension. Your favorite tutor is here and we are going to crack this chapter, Footprints Without Feet, together. It's going to be easy, I promise. So let's jump right in.
Okay, so our story begins like a proper detective film. We're immediately faced with a mystery. Just think about it. You see fresh, muddy footprints, but there's nobody there. So the big question is, where in the world did these footprints come from?
So picture this scene. We're in London. Two boys are just standing there, and suddenly they see these fresh, muddy footprints appearing on the steps of a house. But, hello? Where is the person? All right. They see one footprint and then another, just appearing out of nowhere. It's so strange, right? Now these boys are totally hooked. I mean, who wouldn't be? So they start following this strange trail of footprints. It leads them down the street. The prints get lighter, and then, poof, they're just gone, vanished into thin air. So what exactly is happening here? Let's find out.
And here we have it, the answer to our little mystery. It was not a ghost, it was a man. But not just any man. He was a scientist named Griffin. A brilliant scientist, but a little complicated. So let's get to know this invisible man. So who was Griffin? He was a scientist, Bacco, a really brilliant one who made a mind-blowing discovery. After doing experiment after experiment, he found some rare drugs that could make the human body totally transparent, just like glass. So he swallowed the drugs himself and, just like that, he became invisible. Okay, this slide is super important for your exams, so pay close attention. On one hand, Griffin had this brilliant genius-level mind, right? But on the other hand, he was a completely lawless person. That means he didn't care about rules or laws or other people. He used his amazing discovery for his own selfish and, well, bad things. This is the main conflict of the story. So what do you think happens when you have an invisible man with a really bad temper running around a big, crowded city like London? Well, you get total chaos. Let's look at all the trouble he cooked up. So why was he wandering around London making muddy footprints in the first place? Well, it started with his landlord, who did not like him one bit and tried to throw him out. Griffin got so angry, and for revenge, what did he do? He set the whole house on fire. Can you believe it? Now, to escape without getting caught, he had to take off all his clothes to become invisible. So there he was, invisible, yes, but also with no clothes, no money, and no home in the middle of a freezing cold winter. Now, since he was freezing, Griffin got a pretty clever idea. He slipped into a big London store just as it was closing. Once everyone was gone, it was party time for him. He found warm clothes, an overcoat, a hat. Then he went to the restaurant and had a feast. And the best part? It was all free. Finally, he made a cozy bed for himself under a pile of quilts and went to sleep. Life was good for a little while. But he made one big mistake. He overslept. The next morning, the shop assistants came in and saw him. He panicked and started to run. And the only way he could escape was to quickly throw off all his brand new warm clothes. So, just like that, he was back to square one. Invisible, yes, but also naked and shivering in the freezing January air. Poor guy. Or not. Okay, so this time he has a new plan. He goes to a place called Drury Lane, which is famous for its theaters, and finds a costume shop. He goes inside, totally invisible, and starts creating his famous disguise. He wraps bandages all around his head, puts on dark glasses, a fake nose, and these big, bushy side whiskers. And to get away, he attacks the shopkeeper from behind and steals all his money. See? There it is again. Brilliant idea, but a totally lawless action. Griffin gets tired of London, so he decides he needs a quieter place. He takes a train to a small village called Iping. He's hoping he can just be left alone to do his work. But, wherever Griffin goes, trouble is sure to follow. Early one morning, the local clergyman and his wife hear strange noises from their study. They can hear the sound of coins, chink, 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 being taken from their desk. The clergyman runs into the room and shouts, "Surrender!" But the room is empty. The drawer is open, the money is gone, but there's nobody there. How bizarre is that? But wait, it gets even weirder. Later that day, the innkeeper, Mrs. Hall, sees that Griffin's door is open.
When she looks inside, the hat on the bedpost suddenly flies up and hits her in the face. And then, get this, the chair in the room comes to life and starts chasing her and her husband out of the room before slamming the door shut. A chair! Can you imagine? Poor Mrs. Hall is so scared. She's totally convinced that there are spirits in her inn. She cries, "My poor mother used to sit in that chair. To think it should rise up against me now." Before you know it, the whole village is talking about ghosts and witchcraft.
Now the villagers are getting very suspicious, especially after this strange scientist suddenly has money to pay his rent. Things are getting heated and the whole situation is about to explode. This is the climax of the story, Bachcho.
So Mrs. Hall finally asks him what's going on, and Griffin just loses his temper. He yells, "You don't understand who I am? I'll show you." And one by one, he starts taking everything off. He throws off the bandages. He takes off the whiskers and the glasses. He pulls off the fake nose. And everyone in the room just stares in horror at a man with no head. Just then, the village policeman, Mr. Jaffers, shows up. He's there to arrest Griffin, with or without a head. But as Jaffers tries to catch him, Griffin starts throwing off his clothes, becoming more and more invisible. Soon, poor Jaffers is fighting with a shirt and trousers that seem to be floating in the air. Griffin hits him a few times, knocks him out, and runs away, completely invisible and completely free.
Phew, what a story, right? So exciting. But now comes the most important part, the part that will help you score great marks in your exam. So everyone, please pay close attention now. Now, this is a very, very common question from this chapter. You might have seen it in your sample papers. Griffin was rather a lawless person. Comment. So how do you write the perfect answer for this question? Let me show you.
The trick is to give examples from the text, always. So here are 5 perfect points for your answer. Number 1, revenge. He burned his landlord's house. Number 2, theft. He stole from the big London store. Number 3, violence. He attacked the shopkeeper. 4, burglary. He stole money from the clergyman. And 5, assault. He attacked a police officer, Mr. Jaffers. Just write these 5 points in your own words and I guarantee you'll get full marks.
And this brings us to the big question of the story. A true scientist is supposed to help people, right? To make the world a better place. But Griffin, he used his power for himself, to hurt people and break the law. So, what do you all think? Was he a true scientist, or was he just a danger to everyone around him? Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right, my dear Bachcho, that's it for today. I really hope this quick revision helped you. If it did, you know what to do. Please hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more chapters. All the very, very best for your exams. I know you will do wonderfully. Bye for now.